So, okay, who of you speak only English or can understand only English? Are there? Okay. So, I will make this talk in English for you. Okay, my name is Sven Voessing. I'm producer and communication guy at Cinemaware. And I think the most of you know this company. So I don't will talk about the history of Cinemaware or the game or most of the games of Cinemaware because many of the games, you know from us. So I will talk a little bit about our history and also what we do right now. And yes, what? Come on. Yeah. Okay, it's no problem. I think many of the games you see, the idea behind Cinemaware in the 80s was to create games that really give you the feeling that you are in a movie theater and also you play a movie. And so they made also games that are inspired by movies from the 50s, 60s, but also from the 30s, 40s, like an example, but also comics. Rocket Ranger was inspired by the comic series King of the Rocket Man. It Came from the Desert was inspired by a horror movie called Them. It's not only inspired, you see, if you watch the trailer of Them, you can do it on YouTube. You hear sentences and words that are also in the intro of It Came from the Desert, and also the ants sound like the ants in the movie. So it's very interesting. Also, Defender of the Crown, the medieval movies with Errol Flynn, King of Chicago, the mob movies. So that was the spirit behind Cinemaware, and it really was really interesting because when you start a console right now, the graphics are great, but you see the most powerful graphic at the end of a lifetime of a system today. What Cinemaware does was when the Amiga was released, it brings out the best graphic that would be possible, and was really till the end of the Amiga. So it was at the start of the computer, they showed the best what was possible. There were also some graphics from the most common games. So you see here Wings, you see Lords of the Rising Sun, what was also inspiration for a new strategy series, Defender of the Crown. It's really funny, in the German magazine, this graphic of Defender of the Crown was undertitled as photorealistic 30 years ago. Okay, it still looks great, but that's so. Also, that's also left here the Three Stooges, which is very interesting. It's the only licensed title of Cinemaware. All other games were inspired, and this was the only license. And this is also the reason that this is the only game we don't owe the license today, because we had to renew this, and this is very expensive today. So, in the first time, I will tell you about a little bit about some funny things, some versions maybe you don't know what was there. So the first thing, I think everyone knows Rocket Ranger, and if you lived in Germany, Rocket Ranger, you had not to fight against Nazis, you fight against aliens. And this was really funny because they only deleted the swastikas and the text, so that the text was only "you fight against aliens with SS uniforms." Okay, you can do this. Also, there was a release in the United States, only in the United States, for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And Nintendo got a policy in the 80s that was very family friendly. So they also decided to make the Alien version in the United States for this. So this is a funny thing about Rocket Ranger. This is King of Chicago. And maybe you will look, this is not the King of Chicago you know, because this is the King of Chicago for the Macintosh. And this version had clay figures in it. It is very different to any other version that was created. So the Amiga version, the Atari ST version. There was also in development a Commodore 64 version that was never released. But this is really funny. A version with clay figures. Yeah, it looks really nice. So it's really a different thing regarding the other games. So you remember it came from the desert, and there were also different versions from it came from the desert for the Amiga, for the PC. And after Cinemaware was shut down in the 89-90, there was also the idea from old Cinemaware members and NEC to create a game with full motion video sequences. It's not so far away. If you are a company called Cinemaware, the next step is to create full motion video sequences. So, but there was a big problem. Well, there were many big problems. First, it was very expensive to create the sequences at this time. Also, you need good actors, so you take away the good actors. That was one thing. Today, it's really funny to watch this, but yeah, it's not really cool acting there. Then the other problem was, and this was one of the big issues, it was designed for a system TurboGrafx CD-ROM, which is was not really well sold, also in the United States. And so yeah, this is the version. It's a little bit, yeah, you pay a bit for it if you want it complete, if you want it complete in a big box today, because it's very rare. But it's not a really good game. But yeah, it's fun to watch what they think in the 90s, what the next step with games inspired by movies. And you see the good thing, there were not so many games out there with full motion video sequences. But this is not the complete story with It Came from the Desert. There was also, after the shutdown from Cinemaware, a version that was designed, an action game for the Sega Mega Drive. At this time it was should be published by Electronic Arts, but after they got the ROM, they decided, okay, we wouldn't release it, with the main reason they concentrate on sports games at this time. They started the FIFA series, started the NHL series, and said, okay, we won't release it. And after we got all the rights back, we also see that there's an unreleased game out there. And 10 years ago, we released the ROM for free. But this year, I got the really funny idea to say, okay, why not release it officially? And why not release it officially on the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis? The first reaction of my boss at Cinemaware was, are you crazy? Because he thought we would release it on an emulated version for the PC or something like this. I said, no, I want to release it really on the Sega Mega Drive Genesis with manual, with cartridge and all the stuff. And said, okay, if you find a partner who supports this, it's okay. And we found someone, and we found some with Watermelon Games, who also create some other Sega Mega Drive Genesis games, and they, we are still right now in the production. If you come to my booth, that is here behind us, you see the Cinemaware posters, you can pre-order this. It will be released in 2016. And when I joined Cinemaware, and also after this, there was still one question, when do you make a new Amiga game? And I said, okay, a new Amiga game is a little bit hard for a company. Cinemaware is smaller like before, and we're a small team, and developing an Amiga game today it's really much, maybe a risk also. I said, okay, Amiga it's not possible, and I said, hey, maybe you can transfer this to Amiga. I said, okay, let's think about this. So that's it came from the desert, and as I said, you can watch it here at the pre-order at the booth. So after we got all the licenses back, we started a new turn with Cinemaware. We released Wings for the Game Boy Advance, and this is a very interesting version because this is a version that has also the possibility that you can join the German forces in this. Also there we still got the license for the Three Stooges. There we release a PlayStation 1 version of the Three Stooges. You would call it today Remastered Edition. And so that was the step. And also in this time there were the questions, maybe create a new Amiga game. I said, okay, this is not possible. In this time we also produced Robin Hood, Defender of the Crown, for consoles and PC. That was a new version with Robin Hood. Then it went also a little bit quiet. For a couple of years, Cinemaware was silent, the website was down, and then we started again. First we tried to make some mobile ports of our games. Maybe you see this was Rocket Ranger, also Defender of the Crown. You can buy it for iOS, Android. We have also made versions for the PC, emulated versions. You can get it at GOG or Steam. You can get the anthology, also the stuff. And still the question, every time we release a new thing, or a re-release, a remake or something like this, there's a question, where's the new Amiga game? And it's still, we said, okay, we're too small, it's not possible to do this. And then we made our first Kickstarter campaign. In 2012, we made a Kickstarter game called Wings Director's Cut. And we won $350,000, and at the end we got $50,000, so it was not a big success, so it was a really fail. But we said, okay, we analyzed what we made wrong in the campaign, what we can do better, and after 1 year we make a new Kickstarter campaign with Wings Remastered Edition. This was successful. We also get after this we got a publisher which support the development, so we could release Wings as Remastered Edition with HD graphics, voiceovers, voice actors, also localized versions for the PC and for the Macintosh. And also in the Kickstarter campaign, there was a question, why don't you release this for the Amiga? And I said, okay, the main problem is that this game was developed in Unity. And this is really good if you make games for PC, Mac, and Linux. Unity is not a platform that is available on the Amiga. So that is a big problem. And we said, okay, if there is anyone out there who can use this code, you can try it. But this was, then it was quiet because everyone said, okay, there is no Amiga port for Unity. That was the decision, okay, there is no Amiga port available. So Then we started last year the next Kickstarter campaign for Rocket Ranger Reloaded. And it was also a success in the first, but we got several problems with that. Because one of the biggest problems was that we had a goal of $90,000 and $30,000 were not paid because the credit cards, we think there were some fans who said, okay, we support it, we said we will back $5,000, we will back $10,000, and then the credit card was charged, but it was not available, so it moved away. So we lost around $30,000 that was not paid. And the bad thing is that Kickstarter and Amazon still want their 10%. And so we made one intelligence thing. We tried to develop the game, but we did not touch the money for the developers. We used still the money that we got from Wings, from the sales, but we did not touch the money for Rocket Ranger Reloaded. And this week we made a very, very tough decision and said, okay, we will cancel this project because it makes no sense. You can't develop a game with a PC game today for $40,000, $50,000 because the next problem is after 1 year, and we are still a company that is located in the United States. They want taxes, and this makes no sense. So we will. The good thing is we can pay back every backer. That is also not common if you have often Kickstarter campaigns that quit and the money is away. So no game and no money back. But from our side, every Kickstarter backer gets back his money, and that is a really important thing for us. This problem is not cancelled. It's on ice. So it's the bad thing. But I think it's the best thing we can do with this campaign. So what is the next step? We thought about it. Okay, big AAA games. Maybe not a good idea today without a publisher and also with a lot of money in the bank. So the next idea was we said, okay, I got many positive feedback on releasing the information that we will develop the Sega Genesis game. I said, hey, this is a cool idea. Could you make more retro-based games or things like this? Maybe re-release. And so this is the first official, maybe announcement about our new label. It's called Cinemaware Retro. You see it also at the poster at the back. With 2 games right now, and I will explain it a little bit. The first step is what we do is to show you a white page. Okay. This is okay. The file is corrupt. That is perfect. I like this, but it's no problem. I can explain it a little bit, and after my talk you can also follow me to my booth and I can explain it to you directly. What we do is we will re-release old games. We first start with Defender of the Crown, which will be released in November in a classic big box. So now a DVD case or something like this, a really big box. In this case, on this disc, is every released version from Defender of the Crown. So you've got the Amiga version, the CD32 version, the CD-DVD version, the Commodore 64 version, the PC version, CDI version. So every version will be on this disc. And for most of the versions, you can run it on your PC and Mac. There is an emulation inside and you can start it direct. And when you say, hey, I don't want any emulation, it's no problem. You can also put the disc into your Amiga or your CD32 and it will start the files. So that is also no problem. Oh, maybe I have another option. Maybe this works and I can show you, because for a worst case scenario you also should have Yeah, come on. Yes. I knew it. Okay, there you see the cover and the idea behind this. This is called the Extended Collector's Edition, and this is also, as I said, you can play it on the Amiga. There are ADF on the disc, so you can create your own disc if you want. There are posters, there are manuals. No, I don't want to make an update right now. Thank you very much. There are posters, there are postcards inside, so you can I can show it to you at my booth. And it started at November, and if you pre-order it directly here for $39.95 euros, the shipping is included for Europe. But also you can put a paper with you. There is a website you can pre-register, and when we start the sale online, you can also buy it there, because it's limited for 500 units. But this is really, you get a complete package with everything from Defender that was ever released for Defender of the Crown. And this is only the start, because a couple of months later, in January, we will start the Rocket Ranger version. Also, in the big box, the same thing. All versions, the German, the international versions for every Commodore 64, Amiga. Also, the FM Towns version will be inside. So you get every version on this, and this will be at November. Also, if you pre-order here right now, you will be informed before the public. So you get a mail that, hey, there's a new edition, you can pre-order it right now, and a couple of days later we started to shout it out to the community. And we will do this with every game we got, so this will be a project that runs for 1.5 years, I think 2 years or something like this. So every 3 months there will be a new release. And really, they are limited, so I really can say to you, maybe you come to the, there are the first standing and say, come here. Very good. But still, after I spoke to people and said, hey, I've got an idea, we will do this. There was the first sentence. And what is with an Amiga game? They said, hey, you can play this also on your Amiga. You could put the disc on the Amiga or the CD32, and you can play it. And I said, yeah, okay, that is a nice idea. Also that you put a new intro before it, but it's not a new game for the Amiga. And I said, okay. I said, then bring me someone who will do this. And after 2 years, there was someone. And I show you the first material. I think I show you if the player runs. Yeah, okay. So you see here the first port for Wings Remastered Edition that was developed by the guys of Golden Code for the Amiga. So Cinemaware is releasing after 25 years a new Amiga game with Wings Remastered Edition. This game will be released for Amiga OS 4, MorphOS and AROS. And it will be the same game. You could play it on the PC or the Macintosh, but for your Amiga. And maybe I can show you a little bit forward. You see, so it's really the same game, and maybe show you some action. Okay, not so much action. You see here the dogfight sequence, and maybe remember the guys from Golden Code are also the guys for the that created Wings Battlefield. So, and as I said before, this is the first time Cinemaware makes a new game for the Amiga since 25 years. And I really said that it's really important that you pre-order games, really for us as a company. But for this, I really beg you to come to my booth, because there's also one thing, you can play it there. Because right now they built up the demo version, and you can go to our booth and put your hands on the demo version of Wings Remastered Edition for the Amiga. So, and as I said before, this is really, really important for us that you pre-order this, because the developer made it right now for free. We said, okay, you can do this, but we can't pay you because we are a small company, and if we get enough pre-order, we can make it without a problem. So, yeah, that is Wings Remastered Edition, Amiga OS 4.1, Warframes, Ares, and you can pre-order it here, and the release will be at February 2016, and also, this game will be released in a big box, not a DVD case, not such shit. I want a big box because I'm a collector, so this is what we do. You get it in a big box, you get it with the aviation manual, you get it with the poster, you get it also maybe with postcards, so all the stuff. Also, this will be limited. There will be one release, and after this, it's over. So, pre-order it here, or go to retro.cinemaware.com. You can pre-register for this new version, and then, yeah. So, I hope you enjoy it, and we are very proud to bring out a new Amiga game, because it was this history that the history of Cinemaware started, and it would be awesome to go the next step on the Amiga. So if this is successful, then we can talk about other Amiga releases, so no problem. So please support us, please tell every one of your friends, or not your friends, or something like this. Everyone you know who has an Amiga with this system, he should pre-order it. Please come to my booth, play it, and watch it, and pre-order it, and yeah. So again, thank you for watching, and goodbye. If you have any questions, you can come here or to my booth. Thank you very much. Bye.